Hello and thank you for watching Old Testament Survey in one word. The one word is Nehemiah, from the book of Nehemiah. The Old Testament, technically in the scriptures, runs from Genesis to Malachi. But as far as chronology or timing of events, it runs from Genesis to the book of Nehemiah. You've got like the book of Ezra and then Nehemiah. Ezra, they're trying to restore temple worship. In Nehemiah, they're rebuilding the walls. The Jews have been in captivity for like 70 years in Babylon. They're coming back to rebuild in the book of Nehemiah. After the book of Nehemiah, then you have the silent years, and then you have the New Testament beginning. So all the books after the book of Nehemiah fit in between Genesis to Nehemiah, like starting with Esther all the way over to Malachi. All those books can be fitted back in between Genesis to Nehemiah. So if you can really study Genesis to Nehemiah, you have a very good grasp of the Old Testament. And then after that, you study things and you can fit it right in. That's how it works. After I got saved, I pretty much studied Paul's epistles and Proverbs, you know, the wisdom books and things like that, Milk. And I kind of like struggled. I had a lot of struggles trying to digest the Old Testament. And at some point in my Christian walk, I don't remember exactly when, but it was a long time ago, I discovered that the Old Testament runs from Genesis to Nehemiah. I realized that after Nehemiah was the silent years. So that's kind of like how I came up with it. And after that, I started teaching my own little seminar, Old Testament seminar. And it's all based on one word. It's almost like magic. If you can remember that one word, Nehemiah, then the whole Old Testament can become a lot easier to understand. When I first started teaching that, knee-high grape sodas were out. This was like 20 years ago or so, and I don't think they're out now. Many years ago, there was a Georgia grocer that was in the bottling business, and he was marketing knee-high sodas, and I think from there they changed the name to Royal Crown Cola, RC Cola Company, and it moved on from there. And so anyway, I would teach my little presentation on Nehemiah. I call it the Nehemiah Review. I would teach that presentation, and then at the end I would give them a knee-high soda. And I would encourage them to take that knee-high soda and just stick it on one of their shelves at home, just as a reminder. And sometimes I had taught it in Sunday school, and sometimes it was like one-on-one with some of the brothers, and maybe we went out to eat and discussed it, and then when it was all over I gave them a knee-high soda. Another way, like when you're teaching it to kids, you can like pat your knees, like remember the word knee-high. Pat your knees, like knee-high, and makes it a little bit easier to remember. But that's a good mnemonic, very good mental glue. If you can remember just one word, Nehemiah, you can figure out what the whole Old Testament picture is. Because Old Testament runs from Genesis all the way over to Nehemiah. And after that, all those other books fit in between Genesis to Nehemiah. Just that one word, Nehemiah, and it makes it so much easier to understand. Well, hope this little presentation has been a blessing to you. Thank you very much for watching.